Hello. Two minutes. One minute. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Caw, caw. Ding, ding, ding. 6 o'clock. It is 6 o'clock. Okay, well, I'm just going to get started because I don't know if I should wait for anybody else or what. I'm just going to go for it. So, hello, everybody. I am Kino McFarland. I am the author of Haunted Ones. It sounds so ridiculous. So, I sneakily released my book on Amazon last night, I guess. It's actually something that I have been working on for years, and it's been through like several iterations and different plans, and then I was going to release it December 1st, but right before I was going to release it, like Thanksgiving weekend, my dog died, and I ended up not releasing it, and then I realized that there was a lot more I wanted to do to it, so I continued on until yesterday, and I just decided to release it. So it is available on Amazon in paperback, hardcover, and ebook. You can order it from other stores. You just have to request it, I think. And then, although the ebook is going to be exclusively on Kindle, but any device that has the Kindle app, you can read it on there. And is there anything else I need to explain? Thinking. I just heard a big explosion. Anyway, so I don't think there's really anything else. I've described the book as oh no, I've lost everything. This is so unprofessional of me. There it is. So Haunted Ones is a gripping young adult novella that delves into the chilling tale of a teenager's descent into darkness. Donna Blythe struggles with family secrets, the ghosts of the past, and her own mind. With its blend of the supernatural, mystery, and heart-pounding suspense, Haunted Ones will captivate readers until the very last page. Brace yourself for a journey into the unknown where the line between reality and nightmare blurs, and every turn reveals a new twist in this haunting tale of survival. So it is basically about a teenage girl who has a friend in high school, and they're kind of drifting apart. And then something happens where stuff goes down, and ghosts appear and stuff. So anyway, without being weird about it all, I'm just gonna go ahead and read the first chapter for you. And then if anybody has questions, you can ask me. I have a few things I am going to answer. If there are no questions, you hear my dog barking. She is in the other room playing with an elephant. Okay, first, trigger content warnings. All of them, except for sexual stuff, because I didn't write about that. I wrote basically about everything else in this book. And it is only like 93 pages, so it's very short. But hopefully it's interesting. Okay, anyway, chapter 1. My dad left when I was 4. Mom says that he's off with some slut, her words, not mine, but I'm pretty sure he's dead because I see his face at night. I try to ignore him, but he talks to me. He tells me that I'm worthless and that no one will ever love me. I don't want to believe him, but I do. Some nights his words hurt worse than others, and the only solace I can find is in my treehouse. He follows me there, but at least I can distract myself by watching the soap operas of my neighbors' lives. The drama in my life is no worse or better than theirs, but it's nice to see that I'm not the only one with problems. My best friend Trisha lives next door. Her parents are always fighting. The treehouse sits on the edge of the woods between our yards. I can look directly into her parents' bedroom and living room through the cracks in the side of the treehouse. They never know I'm watching. I watch them now as the cool autumn breeze rustles the remaining leaves in the trees. Mr. Quinn yells with a lot of animation in his arms. I can't believe you slept with her, I whisper as Mrs. Quinn points at her husband. I can't believe you care, I whisper in response as Mr. Quinn flails his arms. My phone vibrates on the mini table in the corner and I check the text. Trisha, can't study. You up? Me, yeah, in treehouse. Trisha, on my way. Trisha's parents continue arguing in their house, sometimes their muffled voices drifting to my ears. I settle into my fluffy beanbag chair. Trisha wastes no time in climbing the ladder, just like the old days when we decorated the walls of the treehouse with posters of celebrities we crushed on and told each other's secrets that would be laughable now. The old days before new high school friends and different interests started tearing us apart. Oh my God, my parents will not stop, she says. What is it about tonight, I ask. Bread. My mother bought the wrong bread. Geez, that's messed up, I say. She vents for a few minutes, allowing her long black hair to swish away from her neck and a slight bruise peeks out above her turtleneck. She reaches around her backpack, unzips it, and pulls out a handful of candy. She smiles and says, Snacks? Hell yes, I respond and reach for a Jolly Rancher. She digs around in her backpack some more and pulls out a bag of weed. Really, Trish? I ask. Really, Donna? She mimics. Good God, when did you get to be so boring? Besides, I need to relax. I ignore Trisha's attitude, but her words still sting. I get that she's had it rough over the past few years, especially with her baby brother's death, but I still can't help but feel like I'm losing my best friend. She puffs on a joint and leans back against the treehouse wall. Would you help me hide a body? She asks with a cool hint in her voice. What the hell? Why? You know, are you that kind of friend? Would you go to jail for me? Hide a body? Anything like that? You know I would. I'm always here for you, I say. I mean it, but the tone in her voice makes me nervous. Good, she responds. Would you? What? Would you do the same for me? I ask. Of course, she says. She continues to smoke her joint, and I suck on my Jolly Rancher. We sit in silence, but her parents' voices travel across the yard and into the woods. After half an hour, her parents finally go to bed separately. She packs up her things and says, "Finally, now I can finish my math homework. See you tomorrow." She leaves me alone in the dark with the chirping of crickets replacing her footsteps. Colorful leaves fall to the ground as I walk to school. Trisha and I used to stomp on fallen leaves on the sidewalk to hear them crunch beneath our feet, but now those days are just memories. Her new high school friends call me weird and boring because I don't drink or smoke. St. Eleanor's Academy for Girls is like a world of its own, but only filled with childish femme fatales. Sometimes I feel like the unlucky schmuck being led to his destruction. I suppose it can be a good place too, but only if you buy into the camaraderie. But it's just another trashy private school. Trisha has been the only person I needed. Every day after heading home, we would do our homework together. Once our homework was done, we'd play The Sims on my computer. She loved The Sims and always wanted to make characters based on ourselves. She had a destructive streak though, and often killed off our Sims in horrible accidents once she got tired of playing that iteration of us. Soon after though, we'd start over with new lives, but always together. Math and science tests loom before me during school hours. Trisha and her new friends whisper and giggle as they pass notes during class. Occasionally, they glance toward me, which tells me I'm the subject of their outbursts. The words on my test blur together, and at one point, I completely forget which test I'm taking. Miss Jacobson taps her pen on the desk, signifying that it's time to turn in our tests. I quickly look over my answers and notice that I left 3 questions blank. I jot down some answers and pray that they are worth at least a few points for effort. Trisha doesn't show up to English class. Since becoming friends with Megan, her attendance has been spotty at best, and English has always been a class that required no effort for her. She usually shows up in time for PE, but today she is nowhere to be found. I don't think anything of it until I walk to my locker at the end of the day and spot her alone, huddled by her locker with her knees tucked up to her chin. Trisha's eyes are downcast and her eyeliner runs down her cheeks in dark streaks. I walk up to her and put my arm around her to give her a hug, but she shrugs me off. "What's wrong?" I ask. Being upset at school is nothing new for Trisha, but it's unusual for her to cry out in the open like this. In the past, she would just send me a text and meet me in the bathroom, where I'd find her under a sink. "My dad's an ass. What else?" she snaps. "What did he do now?" "My mom's in the hospital, broke her nose and a few ribs, but they're saying she fell down the stairs. I'm positive my dad pushed her." "I can't go home," Trisha continues. "I'll kill him." "Maybe you should," I say. Trisha looks at me, teary-eyed and red-faced, and she smiles. "That is probably your worst and best idea ever," she says. We laugh uncomfortably for a minute. The feeling that we aren't fully connected pulls on my stomach. Trisha's other friends come running down the hall, calling her name. Megan, a tall blonde and the ringleader of the circus, stops to look at me. "Hey, freak," she says. I nod in her direction and walk away. I feel all 6 of their eyes burn through my back as they laugh. I stand outside the bathroom door to catch my breath, and Megan fawns over Trisha, saying things like, "It'll be okay. Ribs hurt a lot, but they'll heal fine. There's nothing to worry about." Like she knows anything. I grab my backpack and head home. There's no reason to linger where I'm not wanted. I am going to stop right there. That's only like half of the first chapter. I see there are some people here. Does anybody have any questions about the book, writing, etc., etc.? Okay, so I'm going to answer a few things. First, no, the book has nothing to do with my life. Greatly inspired by my life and many things in my life, but it's all fiction, 100%. And anything else? Okay, I feel like a weirdo, and I really want to play The Sims. So, but that is the first half of the first chapter. I hope you enjoyed this. You can find my book on Amazon. It's called Haunted Ones. I'm Kino McFarland. I will have copies at events if I am allowed to have merch sales and stuff. Yeah, so thanks for hanging out with me. See you soon.